Make some noise. Have a seat. We have an amazing feature. Before I bring up our feature, I'll do a poem for you. Just because like people will still be filtering in, and I'd rather have them do that during me doing a poem rather than during our feature doing a poem. So hopefully I don't, if I forget this, I'm sorry, it's been a while. I've been focusing on Pampers and formula and coaching my wife on how to breastfeed properly, even though they're her breasts and not mine. So it's, I feel like I'm standing there telling her what to do with those, like, no, you gotta put it in, no, it's, never mind. This is her poem. She told me she wanted me to listen. So I said, to what? She said, listen to the heartbeat of all the memories of my failed relationships and then love me like a cure for cancer. Answer the questions of my life with silence and sometimes just listen. You don't wear a halo and I don't need a saving grace, just embrace my pain enough to feel it. I don't need you to illuminate my problems and make my wrongs right. Even the sun must let the earth sit in darkness at night. I can shine on my own. I just need you to be there. Be there like air, ever present when I don't know it. Be the silent foundation of my life, support me. Be my pulse, invisible to those around me, but still real. Real because I can feel you. She said, I just want to know I can count on you. Add you like math to the equation of life, be my quotient. Be the sum of my parts, beat with my heart, be in sync with me. Co-write the story of my life as if you were inked with me. Tattoo yourself to my hope so I can carry you into my dreams and then sleep with me so we can share the same dreams and then seam our souls together. Stitch me into the fabric of your fantasies and once again answer me with simple silence. She said, just listen. Send me a silent stare. Talk to me with a kiss. Miss me when I'm still with you. Resist the temptation to touch me and yet still caress me, bless me, treat me like a temple, worship within my walls and fall into my future, suture away my wounds and heal me. Stand in the next room and still feel me. Make me the center of your universe, rehearse me like poetry and speak me into existence. Make me your adjective and describe us. Trust me enough to know it enough to show it enough to believe it, relieve me of the wonder and understand it. She told me she wanted me to listen, so I did. I'm reading the whole bio, damn it. Just because it's a lot of shit in here that I ain't skipping. Spoken word poet Beau Sia has toured Europe and the US and was one of the true superstars on HBO Def Poetry. I'm skipping the next line. His work also appears in anthologies including Bum Rush the Page, a Def Poetry Jam, and he has appeared in several documentary films, Slamnation, Slam, and Race is the Place. He was featured in the 2000 ESPN X Games and on Hardball with Chris Matthews, Last Call with Carson Daly, Showtime at the Apollo, The Today Show, and the fucking Tony Awards. Because he won a Tony Award. As part of the Def Poetry Jam on Broadway 2003 special event Tony Award winning cast. There you go. I skipped ahead, now I'm going to go back. His film career has expanded to include performances in Hitch. Clap that shit up. And he was also in the Manchurian Candidate with Denzel Washington. He is all over YouTube, and sometimes some of the shit he doesn't even do in his poetry shows, you can find it on YouTube, like the time he blasted that chick from California who posted that video, "There's so many Asians in the library." I think it was part like his greatest work ever because it was awesome. He is awesome. I've known him for a number of years. Put your hands together and welcome to this stage, Beau Sia!
That was a really lovely intro. It's funny, I'm in Hitch for like 2 seconds. But it's so fucking awesome because I still get paid every quarter. Anyway, you guys can only imagine, or can't imagine, how frustrating it is for me to not utilize my full physical capability. But a few weeks ago I got in a car accident and whiplash, and so that's why I have to wear these glasses, because actually this light is painful for me. So I'm not really trying to be rude. So yesterday in the silence of my friend's apartment, I wrote a bunch of poems that would better reflect sort of this experience and kind of what it's brought out in me, being unable to use most of the tools that I'm known for. Even that little turn to look at the paper totally freaked me out. It was like, oh fuck, am I fucking up my brainstem more? So anyway, this poem is called This Is How We'll Begin Tonight. And I can't tell if you can hear me because I have to wear earplugs too.
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I'll probably just project because I have a loud voice. I'm just forcing myself to stay in place. This is how we'll begin tonight. The inability to listen to music while driving. The pain of headlights. The throbbing pressure of a conversation turned argument. The conscious thought required to get out of the shower without falling. The sharp pain in the back right hemisphere because I don't know why. A room like this one, once intimate in my perception, now overwhelming and on the verge of bringing on the get me the fuck out of here. Of course, I wanted to believe it was just a headache. Of course, I had to almost black out on stage before I saw a professional. Turns out this whiplash shit is no joke. Turns out we are all fragile. Something about the brainstem. Apparently I only listened enough in AP Biology to get an A. Tonight I'm doing my best to listen to my humanity in this culture of machines. I pray the decision not to rock my body into a sweaty heap is enough. That the best decision wasn't cancel the shows others want you to do. But I've already decided that this is what I want to do. Show you how literally vulnerable I am right now. Challenge you to look with different eyes as I must work with different tools to share the person I am. Do you see my earplugs? Do you see the vanity, not wanting to be the earplugs guy? Do you see the desire for physical proof that this sound is overwhelming? Do you see the fear of not being believed by those you know? Do you see the conscious effort not to turn the head, not to use my ability to reach in with eye contact, not to rotate without torso engagement, not to become unconscious and start moving to where the energy is? Can you see the muscle memory betraying me? Can you feel the anxiety of that betrayal's effects in this moment? Can you sense my fear of that accumulation every minute I'm on this stage? Can you tell I'm willing myself to pay the price? Are you listening for the children outside the window of this room, screaming and yelling and making it hard for me to compose this list? Can you hear the craftsmanship lacking in the brain's ability to stay focused on a computer screen, on typing black letters? Are you watching the part of you that is unconsciously reacting to this in ways you would never consciously admit? Are you watching your history with my performance affecting your ability to be in this with me now? Are you watching your history with me bringing nuance to your opinions of this choice? Are you watching your history with yourself craving this permission to always be you? Even when that's scared and weak, to always be you. Even when you're afraid of no longer being what you've been embraced for being. To always be you. Even if you can't even fucking process a conversation to the degree of depth you were able to just 3 weeks ago. To always be you. Challenged and challenging, embraced at the core by yourself alone, accepting all of reality.
even the losses you never imagined possible, even the losses you would kill to not happen, even the losses you felt guaranteed would not be your own, even the losses you made into your destroyers, even the losses you are still in denial of, realizing how much we sacrifice of ourselves, wanting to be loved so badly we lose it all. Tonight, we recognize that death is upon us, and we must finally listen with all that is within us, so that we may live facing the truth instead of die running from it. So yeah, I'm getting better. So, you know, it's not like it's progressively getting worse. It's just weird and new. This poem is called "Too Much News Feed Makes the Baby Go Blind." How many updates per minute? How many events per hour? How many requests per day? I was going to do something about the BP oil spill, but caught up on all the hot profile pics in my friends list. How many groups got started? How many links got sent? How many videos got posted? I was going to do something about the earthquake in Japan, but then an artist I know posted a daily question I had to answer. How many likes am I clicking? How many happy birthdays am I wishing? How many requests am I sifting? I was going to do something about the debt crisis, but someone I don't know wants to know how to make it in poetry. Pictures of parties I'll never be at. Pictures of vacations others will never have. Pictures of occasions I shouldn't see. I was gonna do something about the whole Palestine thing I shouldn't talk about if I want to have a career in this country, but instead chose to look up an ex who still hasn't written me in all these years. Wrote a comment about Troy Davis. Wrote a comment about John Boehner. Wrote a comment about Rachel Maddow. Wrote a comment about Kim Kardashian. Wrote a comment about racist Pearl Harbor shit. Wrote a comment about the next season of Eastbound and Down. Wrote a comment about Gatorade. Wrote a comment about my friend's DeLorean. Wrote a comment about a holiday on that holiday. Wrote a comment about a song someone forgot. Wrote a comment about some quote as a reaction to several comments regarding said quote that I just had to react to. Otherwise, how else would I have gotten anyone to understand how their point of view is so narrow if I didn't speak up and react to that shit? In a comment war. It felt like another fool who ends up in a comment war. Who stopped me from having enough silence to consider the choices I wasn't being presented. Because these days only have 25 hours prescribed to them if you're lucky. And I get back into figuring out the path to the goal. But then found out that someone's been talking smack about me on the internet. That led me to reading all the things strangers were saying about me on the internet. And another day has gone by, and the child slaves only got my outrage via petition. And the immigrants only got my support via clicking like. And the human traffickers only felt my wrath through me clicking attend on an event I can't attend to increase the intend numbers of. And all my feelings fell onto the keyboard in thousands of diluted decisions, losing steam with every keystroke, lessened like relief and not like accomplishment, as the concerns of my heart become lulled into illusion, watching the world fall into flames, not knowing why we all aren't doing more, why what I'm doing isn't enough, and asking, ever asking, what reaction will bring about the change that can only come from action. And the hater in the room reminds us all, what action has power in the face of whole self-conflict, when the mind can define in ways to make an opinion sound like work? So I've just been yelling at your face. See, that's the thing, right? Like, I could do all of this shit, like, perfectly. 9 things I'll say in the middle of a writing and performance workshop that I should refine in a manner to sell as a curriculum and make lots of money off of, but I've instead decided to share freely because the issue of education is so vast and so underserved that I believe in order to protect my future, I have to increase the volume of children I help, even if those children are over the age of 18 and even at the cost of my own financial compensation. One day I'm going to be dead. So I'm not going to fucking hold your hand and tell you what to do, because in this space, you've got to learn how to begin making decisions for yourself. 2, this may seem like the long way, but it beats becoming celebrated young, being emotionally incapable of handling it, and then falling to drug addiction or suicide. 3, everyone here has something to learn from everyone else, including me. And everyone here has something to teach someone else, including you. 4, if you get too caught up in how much better you are than someone else at something like memorizing or writing metaphors, I will reveal your weaknesses to you and show you that living off of a strong aspect makes you a weak human being. 5, if you are going to become great at performing, you've got to become great at listening. And listening isn't about retention, it's about depth. 6, adaptation, yo. I would rather receive something that allows me to build off of it in my own life than a work which is solely to impress me or is an ego's way to dominate in an empty fashion. 7, do not worry about being original. Do not worry about being new. Developing yourself will require you imitate others, and growing into your own voice will ask that you do more than attempt an external way to seem different from others. 8, I know I'm fucking repeating myself, and I'm going to keep repeating myself because you live in a world where you're bombarded with messages asking you to buy into another's intentions, and I'll be damned if I don't at least plant the seeds for real for you to nurture when you're ready. 9. Yeah, I got Roman on your ass. Don't get ahead of yourself. None of you are writers yet. You just love writing. Let that be what it is. We'll get to whether or not you're writers much later, when you're ready to own up to this responsibility, should you choose. 10. I know I said 9 things, but we're never going to fix ourselves because we do not live in a fixed reality.